Good evening, baseball fans. It is Wednesday. I know it's weird because normally it's Sunday, but it is Wednesday. We are coming to you, and by we, I mean Tom and I are coming to you right before opening day. So when you guys listen to this, happy opening day. Yay! But we're recording the night before because you know what? We're ballers just like that. So I am Suzy. This is Bourbon and Baseball. That is Tom if you are watching on YouTube. At some point you will hear his voice if you're on audio only. And this is, like I said, Bourbon and Baseball, where I make the rules, I drop the F-bombs, and I tell the occasional inappropriate adult joke. So if none of that is, you know, what you like, then here's your warning. That's all. R-rated. Maybe NC-17. Mostly R. Right, Tom?
I would say so.
Okay.
It's definitely the borderline, right? I don't know what makes anything NC-17 to rated R, but this tap dance is on that line for sure.
That's true. I think, well, NC-17 is like full frontal nudity, and you will not have any of that on the show. I think there is a line of how many F-bombs.
Yeah.
But I think that line has to be like a lot of F-bombs. But I mean, that may tap dance to over there. But anyways, that obviously that is not Shelby. Normally Shelby will be here, but you know, Shelby has a life. And I was like, Shelby, what more are you? I'm like, it's a Wednesday night. What are you doing on a Wednesday night? And she's like, I have plans. I was like, whatever. No, you're not dedicated to the show. That's fine. It's okay. And you know, I kid. But Tom, gracious enough to fill in to bring you this kind of hooray opening day, going over spring training notes, bringing you some breaking news, because that is what we do here at Bourbon and Baseball. And as of 9:15-ish p.m. on Wednesday, March 29th, episode 17, 16, I don't even remember. I was not smart this time, and I did not look. There is breaking news between the minor leaguers and the MLBPA. There we go. You know what? Initials are hard because guess what, Tom? I've had some drinks. Do you have a drink?
Well, I do not have a drink, and let me stop you because it is going to be opening day. I am opening a new bottle for Bourbon and Baseball because I've been on the show a few times now. Normally over here PG-13 with a bottle of water, energy drink, whatever. Well, today, if you're on YouTube, this has been me all day. This box of tissues and these allergies have been whooping my ass all over God's creation all day long. So I went and I found this beautiful bottle of Louisiana handcrafted rice whiskey. Words are hard. It is. It was a gift. It is JT Melick, and it's 48% alcohol by volume, 96 proof, and it is number 422 small batch. So I'm about to crack this joker open and let y'all know exactly what I'm dealing with here.
That is impressive. We appreciate all your efforts on Bourbon and Baseball of, you know, actually drinking the bourbon, Tom. That is appreciated. You know, because I'm over here with my, you know, signature Bloody Mary. So.
Smells delicious.
I mean, that also is meh. But, you know, well, again, I think there is exactly one bourbon that I've tried that I haven't made this face at while drinking, you know.
For the YouTube folks, if you want a good look at what we got here, we're very golden.
That's a good pour.
Hey! I don't know how long we're doing this for, and you know what? I've earned it.
There was no judgment in my voice. That was like admiration. Okay, there was admiration in the voice. I'm sorry that you can't tell the difference between admiration and sarcasm and or judging, but I feel like that's maybe my normal tone. So,
well, I'm here to tell you it's delicious.
Perfect.
I would advise you, if you get a chance, to get your hands.
Hold up the bottle again for the YouTube viewers.
The lighting is not great. There we go.
JT Melick. There we go. Okay. All right. So for our audio
that is
only
lobster,
peoples,
I believe, in the background.
Is it a crawfish though? Maybe it's a crawfish. Louisiana.
Maybe it's a crawfish. Maybe you're right. Obviously, I don't eat shellfish, so I don't know what it is.
That's true. That's true. So for our audio only peoples, head over to YouTube's if you are interested in the bottle, what it actually looks like. The brand is JT Melick, and according to Tom, it is delicious. I, of course, am drinking a Bloody Mary because it is my favorite. And you know who makes a really good Bloody Mary, Tom?
There's a place in Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No, I mean, probably in Vegas, but that's not where I was going with this. Our good friends over at Brewski's in Stafford, Robin and Jesse, they made a delicious Bloody Mary for me for our get together that we had on Sunday. Tom showed up. It was awesome. Some of our listeners showed up. Very cool. Our good friend Margos from Ram Shirt showed up. Brought me this shirt. Hold on. I have to move the screen down. So, YouTube listeners, YouTube watchers, you get to see this shirt. Audio only, go to YouTube. Okay. So look at the shirt, guys. Introverted.
That's awesome.
But willing to discuss baseball. What's up? Okay. It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. It is possibly my favorite shirt ever. So shout out to Margos at Ram Shirts. He showed up. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Will. He made egg rolls. And by he, I mean his amazing mom.
His mom can throw down. They were awesome.
I'm telling
People
you what.
were eating them like candy. Like, go
I
over
think
there,
I had
2 or 3. Go over there, 2 or 3.
I think I had 43 of them. I'm not even kidding on that. I'm not even kidding. I literally think I had 43. If let me impart some wisdom to my folks that may or may not be well versed in Filipino people, okay, or Vietnamese people. If a Filipino person or a Vietnamese person deems you worthy enough to make you egg rolls, you eat those sons of bitches like they are going out of style, okay? Because they are fucking delicious. All right? Like possibly the best things that I put in my mouth in a long time. All right? Like so good. And Shelby's like, Suzy, why are you eating these egg rolls? Like they're going out of style. And I had to tell her. I had to school her because she was not aware. Because again, Asians, we're finicky people. We are. Like if we like you, we make you food. There's just no two ways about it. That's how we show our love. We don't give you compliments. I don't know what a compliment is. When I receive compliments now, I don't know how to take them. I laugh and then run away awkwardly because I don't even know. Okay. Like I was raised with a Korean mom. I don't know how to do that. Food, however,
love language.
All of the food. So if, like I said, they deem you worthy enough to make you egg rolls, eat the egg rolls. Eat all of the egg rolls because they're so delicious. Anyways, so we will talk more about that on Sunday with Shelby when she is here, when she, doesn't have a life, only apparently on Sundays. But we're going to get into some baseball news, some opening day news, some spring training news. But right now, as of, like I said, about 45 minutes ago, the minor league baseball players and the major league baseball PA struck a tentative deal on the CBA. So what that means is the AAA players, AA, high A, low A, complex league, all of the minor leaguers get a pay increase. And it is significant, y'all. So AAA goes from $17,500 per year to $35,800 per year. And another big sticking point with a lot of the wages were that they were only getting paid during the season. So in the off season, they had to go find other jobs to make the bills, to do the things. So they could not dedicate, solely all their time to training. Apparently, according to this, everything they get paid year round, except for the 6 weeks during spring training, which I find a little weird.
I wonder if that's because you can move so much. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
You start in single A and then end up in double A. So that would justify, all right, let's wait and see where you are. I'm sure they're collecting a check. It's just not identified as to what it is.
I don't know. It says the pay increases at each level are significant according to sources. And this is a ESPN article, and I will link this in the show notes. So And we'll pay players in spring training. Oh, no, I'm dumb. We'll pay players in spring training as well as the off season outside of a dead period between the Thursday before Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. So there was a dead period. I was just wrong in where I put that dead period. So, like I said, AAA goes from $17,500 to $35,800 a year. AA gets from $13,800 to $30,250. High A goes from $11,000 to $27,300. Low A, $11,000 to $26,200. And then Complex League gets a significant bump, from $4,800 a year to $19,800. So that is amazing. Great job, MLBPA. However, I mean, still kind of low. Still kind of low. Granted, it may be something that they love doing, that they don't mind getting these lower wages doing, but still a little low, right? Like, what's the median income? Like 50,000? Is that? I have no idea.
I think it's closer to that number that they're getting. I think a lot of it too. Yeah, I don't think it's much, and I think a lot of it too. You have to think about where they are in life, right? We're talking 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old guys at the lower levels. We're talking 21, 22, 23. You know, rarely do you see a minor leaguer still banging it around at 27, 28, 29. That's normally really, really old. So you think about where you normally would be in college working, you know, a college job. They wouldn't be making much more than they're making to play ball. You got to think, too, that a lot of their stuff is comped within the clubhouse. So probably works out pretty good.
I don't think a lot of this stuff is like, I want to say that in the minor leagues, yes, they get like meals in the clubhouse, but they're not like meals. I want to say when I talked to some minor leaguers, when I had to write a research paper for my English class last semester, they were telling me that their meals, quote unquote, one guy that was in single A, he's like, yeah, no, we got a bag of chips and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I was like, do you mean like a gourmet peanut butter and jelly? Like, I don't know how you make a peanut butter and jelly gourmet, right? But I was like, what? And he's like, no, like an actual just 2 pieces of bread, peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other, and like a bag of chips. I'm all like a full-size bag of chips, like trying to make it make sense in my head. And he's like, no.
That sounds like horrible.
I was like, oh, all right then, you know. And that guy that I had talked to played 10 years ago, and I talked to another guy that was in my single A last year. Yeah, same thing. Like, it hadn't gotten better, wages hadn't gotten better. So in 10 years, wages haven't increased, and that just it boggles my mind. So yay for minor league to, I don't know, pay a fair wage, I guess. So on one hand, I feel like it's a little contrived. On the other hand, like, good for these people that are making, you know, like actual money doing the thing that they love. All in hopes of getting like the big check, right?
I'll be interested to see like if that's like escalating over time, if that's hard firm, you know, when's their next negotiating period.
Right.
I'm interested if, you know, when they come out later on is the MILPA or whatever.
MLBPA. I know.
Oh, so okay. So they don't have their own minor league union?
No, originally no, and that's why they couldn't fight for their own wages for a long time, because they thought that if they did band together and try and get more money, that the major league, the MLB was like, we don't need y'all. We can go find other people that are going to play. And so I think it was literally 2 years ago when the MLBPA absorbed the minor league and represented them. And so I think that the CBA, I think they actually have their own CBA, collective bargaining agreement, for the minor league. I'm 73% sure on that. Don't check me on that. Don't fact check me. Yeah.
Okay.
but I want to say the new, like for the MLB, the new CBA is in 3 years, I think. So I don't know if in 3 years the minor leagues will also do another CBA or what, but I will look at that. I won't look at that. I will forget. I will totally forget after this. So someone will have to remind me
right now.
Someone will have to remind me to look that up, and like I'll have to fact check myself. But so yeah, congratulations, minor league players. I'm very excited for you that you guys actually get paid doing what you guys love. So speaking of minor league players getting called up to the show, spring training is over. Rosters are set. And some people made rosters and some people did not. And, you know, this is Bourbon and Baseball, where we talk about all the baseball teams and not just the Astros. So we are going to start off with a couple of big guys that did make the opening day rosters for their teams. 20-year-old Jordan Walker for the St. Louis Cardinals. If you guys are not familiar with Jordan Walker, he is 6'6", like 240, and just a big, tall,
grown ass man.
Baseball. Yeah, like he is a true third baseman. In Double-A, he hit what? He hit 380. He had a 388 OBP with a 510 slug, over 20 stolen bases, and hit 19 home runs. Just missiles he was hitting in spring training. And he got called up to the show. And if you guys don't watch those videos of the managers calling the players into their offices and telling them they made the show, if you guys don't watch those, you need to go watch those. And if they don't tug at your heartstrings, I don't know what the fuck is the matter with y'all. Like, I, who have the blackest of hearts, get like choked up over that shit, okay? And normally I don't choke up over that. Like, puppies, kittens, that's what I get choked up over. Not good news for peoples. I get choked up over this. Like, that stuff is amazing. So 20-year-old Jordan Walker, like I said, true third baseman, but obviously he's not going to get third base over there in St. Louis anytime soon with Nolan Arenado. So they had to try and find him somewhere else to play. So he will be DHing some, maybe getting some outfield time. But congratulations to Jordan Walker, who just totally bypassed AAA. Like, they're like, no, you to the show you go. Anthony Volpe. I know my New York Yankee listeners are ecstatic that Anthony Volpe made the opening day roster. They are ecstatic that Anthony Volpe will be their opening day shortstop and not IKF. And I feel so bad for IKF. You know, so hooray that your shortstop position is shored up, but you still have that tiny little hiccup of Aaron Hicks still playing your left field. Like, so this we'll talk more about the Yankee lineup in just a minute, but hooray for the Yankees. Yay, Yankees. You had the shortstop that you wanted.
What I think is great, what I think is so great, and I have a lot of friends, you know, whether it be on Twitter or not, that are Yankee fans. And, you know, for a team, for a fan base that is just so, you know, my chest out, right, bleed Yankee blue and white, they will go in on their franchise with absolute rage and vitriol and all of that. So all spring training long, they were going like, all right, how are the Yankees going to screw this up? Because they're not going to take this talented young shortstop and play him. They were thinking of how the Yankee brass was going to come to them and say, well, he needs more seasoning, all the things, right? They were absolutely shocked that the Yankees brass had the stones to go, okay, no, we've got this veteran. He's serviceable, but we've got this good young stud, and we're going to actually play him, you know? Yeah. And it's weird because me as an Astros fan thought the Yankees were going to stay true to form, and IKF was going to run out there. And for people that don't follow what IKF is, that's Isaiah Kiner Falefa, played for the Rangers for a long time, beat the Astros up when he actually did. But like, you know, he's just a guy, you know, in the military, we called him a JAG, just a guy, JAG. And that's it. You know, he's not going to do a lot. He's not going to suck completely.
He was serviceable. He was okay. The Yankees fan base not okay with just okay. Not
ever.
Nope. So, you know, there was lots of talk of Anthony Volpe and if he was going to get called up, and hooray. Yes. But the plan for the Yankees, I don't even know what's happening over there. There's lots of issues with the Yankees, like their starting rotation, their bullpen, left field. Giancarlo Stanton will be right field for them. They're moving Aaron Judge to center because Harrison Bader is out. Harrison Bader is their normal starting center fielder. They traded a
starter for
Jordan Montgomery. Yes.
And one more thing. Here's the crazy thing. You know what's not a problem? Their cash flow. They are the most valuable franchise known to man. So anybody else spending more money than the Yankees, it's not a thing. Well, it is now.
It is a thing. Well, you know, Uncle Stevie over there with the Mets.
Right. Dude on the other side of town going, I got this.
Right.
But any other team, you ain't doing it. So for the Yankees to be subpar ever, it's a crime against humanity because they have more money to spend than anybody else.
Exactly. But they made some moves they've not panned out. They have not panned out. All of their starting pitching, Frankie Montas is shelved.
He was going to be the guy. He's coming. He's going to be the Astro killer, they said. He dominated them from Oakland. How's that working out?
It's so good for them. It's so good. Lou Trevino is out. Tommy Kahnle is out. Scott Efros is out. Carlos Rodon has a strained forearm.
Luis Severino.
Yeah. But okay, so in my heart of hearts, I never counted on Luis Severino. Anyways, like I assumed he was going to get maybe like 20 innings. Like I don't know. So they've got Garrett Cole. So Garrett Cole, 300 million, 350,
three something.
It was three something. Anyways, that has worked out for you because he is the workhorse. Nestor Cortez, also. What is in between serviceable and good?
He's all right. I like Nestor. I love Nestor a lot. Nestor. I love the swagger that he carries.
Yes.
You know, this was a guy, if you followed him at all, he was a journeyman kind of moving from team to team. He gets to the Yankees and then just figures it out. And now he acts the part. He, has a little chip on his shoulder. He, I don't know if y'all saw it the other day in spring training. He quick pitched, got called for it. Yep. And then the very next pitch, you could have put like a stopwatch out in his windup because he went all the way around and up and down and left and right and then threw the pitch.
Well, wasn't a balk. He did his crazy like balancing act thing. So as long as you don't put that right foot down, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yep. So and the poor batter is like, why am I in the middle of you and the ump fighting right now? He was sitting in the box going, I didn't do this.
Right.
He made a face. Yeah.
It's not my fault. Like I want. So yeah. So really they have Clark Schmidt is going to be in their rotation, and Clark Schmidt is again is serviceable. But when you're talking about the New York Yankees, you don't want just serviceable, right? You're thinking you're gonna get some dominating pitching. Domingo Germán also up there. And then Brito is I think they're 5 now, and I think he just got called up, if I'm not mistaken. So, but their bullpen is still iffy. There's some guys in there amazing. Michael King is going to be back. Clay Holmes hopefully doesn't get tired out again. I don't know, because for a while Clay Holmes looked really good, and then after All-Star break, maybe he just got tired. I don't know. Loizaga is still there, so they've got some dudes in the bullpen, but not as deep as some bullpens. And I lost Tom. I don't know if Tom will be back, but hopefully he will be. And so yeah, New York Yankees. I don't even know what's going on over there. Then for the Baltimore Orioles, we're going to talk about some more pitching. There you are, Tom. You disappeared.
Crash. I don't know. The thing just said, "Oh right? Snap!" Yeah. Sorry about that. Just
kidding. So for the Baltimore Orioles, one of their super awesome AAA guys that literally everybody thought was going to get called up, Grayson Rodriguez, not called up. Baltimore Orioles fans, not happy about it. Not happy about it.
Nor should they be. They are a good up and young and coming team, and like all the bullets, because you have to deal with the Yankees, you have to deal with the Red Sox. Their division is constantly good. Tampa's going to be good. So why would you not give Baltimore the best chance to win? And that kid looks the part. So
yes, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and no, I'm not trying to hate on Kyle Gibson here, but when Kyle Gibson is your ace of the staff, I'm sorry. What are we doing here? What's going on? So that starting rotation is just not great. So Grayson Rodriguez, let me pull up his spring training numbers. I'm like, did he get shelled in spring training? Is that why? And I don't. Let's see. Started 5 games. Gave up. Let's see. 15 innings pitched. Gave up. Oh, maybe that is why. 15 innings pitched. 17 hits. 12 earned runs. 3 home runs. Yeah, but you just said it though. Walks.
Who in that rotation is bulletproof?
Yeah, it's not though. It's not. I mean, like Kyle Gibson, Dean Kramer, Kyle Bradish. It's not a very strong rotation, guys. So
Jags, all of them.
Yeah, he would have been there. I mean, he would have been their 5th starter. Like it's not. I'm not calling Grayson Rodriguez their ace by no means, but it would have definitely bolstered their rotation like 100%. And now he's starting in AAA. I don't know. I forgot Jordan Lyles.
Jag.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel real bad. I feel real bad, and I know that Orioles fans not thrilled with that. So, those were like the bigger stories around the league. But that I guess that it'll come when it comes, I guess, and hopefully Grayson Rodriguez. The what I'm hearing through the grapevine and on Twitter and all of that fun stuff is that it's service time manipulation on their part. Obviously, people are very upset about that. On one hand, I see what you mean. Like, okay, like yeah, it's good business, but is it though? Like, if he's good enough to come up, like, why can't he help you now?
See, I'll argue for service time manipulation, because the Astros have done a very good job of using it correctly. Now, while some guys, yes, bring them up, but you want to do that when your team is ready to rock and roll. You just spoke about the rest of that rotation. They're probably a year away. So if you can find a way to manipulate him for one more year, go out, grab a couple guys, then you add him to a rotation that's actually solid, then you got something, because we've spoken at length about their good young talent offensively. Yeah. So it's and then what we're starting to see as Astros fans, Kyle Tucker, Framber, when that window is up, when those RBs are up, then you got to start paying these guys. Yeah. And you're already paying other guys. You're going to wish you had one more year of control.
Yeah. Obviously this is not a Baltimore Orioles pod, but at some point in time, I'm going to look at the numbers, because I want to say because really no one expected them to do what they did last year. So everyone said that they were, like a year ahead. So, I see what you mean, but because, they got rid of Trey Mancini, so they didn't have to pay him. So there are rumors that they're not going to, that are not going to pay Cedric Mullins either.
Well, the problem is they've got a lot of dead money tied up in terrible places. Do you remember, is it Chris Young? No, not Chris Young. It's Chris something. He got this mega deal from Baltimore. They're still paying him. He's like the second highest paid player on their roster right now at like $9 point something million or something like that.
Well, to Spot Track we go. Let's look up Baltimore Orioles and see where all their money is going. Ooh. You know what would be super awesome though? If I could spell Baltimore, that would be numero uno thing that we do. Did you go to the game on Wednesday?
I went
on Tuesday. I'm done.
Tuesday. Yes.
You did go on Tuesday?
I did.
The one that wasn't broadcasted, and the only thing
I went to the one that was broadcasted. The one that wasn't was at Minute Maid. They broadcasted the one in Sugarland. Yeah,
the one that was not broadcasted, that only had the Spanish broadcast. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just listen, and every now and then I got a word here and there. I was like, oh, that's good. That's nice. And it was so funny when Gordon hit what they thought was a home run, because they got real loud. They're like, oh. It just went
His double was legit though. I could see him doing that all season long, because without the shift, that pocket between, first and second, he's going to pepper that. Tuck two.
Let's see. Contracts, payroll table. That's what I want. Payroll table.
I feel like it's Chris something. He was like a first baseman, power hitting first baseman, power hitting outfielder.
Chris Davis.
Thank you.
That's wow.
Yep.
They got a ton. So they got Bobby Bonilla Day plus some. They got
Well, nobody's got Bobby Bonilla Day like the Mets do. They've been paying that guy for 20 years after he quit playing.
So they have to pay Bobby. So Bobby Bonilla is getting money from everywhere, is what you're telling me? Because Bobby Bonilla is getting $500,000 from the Baltimore Orioles as well.
Bobby Bonilla did it better than anybody ever could.
Wow.
Like that man took out 401ks with half a major league, basically.
That's impressive. So Bobby Bonilla, $500,000. Darren O'Day, $1 million. Alex Cobb, $4.5 million. And Chris Davis, $9.166667. So almost $9.2 million. Good grief. Let's see.
And he hasn't played in years.
So yeah, wow. That was what I just read was the deferred salaries. And then Chris Davis also has a retained salary. So the retained salary is leftover salaries from players who have been traded or leased, or buyouts for declined options. As opposed to deferred salaries are salaries for players who had salaries deferred to the current year. We are not counting these against the active payroll. Good night. Wow. That's impressive, I guess. Wow. So yeah, I guess that's why they're not going to pay nobody. But I heard a rumor that they aren't going to keep Cedric Mullins. But he's only in ARB1 though.
I think the idea is that to trade him now to get the most value that you can, knowing that they've got somebody in the pipeline that could probably replace him.
Right.
I mean, the Stros sort of did that early on. And I only speak to the Stros because I follow them a little closer than the rest of the other teams. I can't think of a name off the top of my head, but I know like in those 100 loss season years, that's what I was trying to say. They were rotating through guys all over the place.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about that because I'm a bandwagon fan who only came on in 2018. So, yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's I was like, those are fighting words. I will fight you. I will fight you. Anyways, but yeah. So Baltimore Orioles, Grayson Rodriguez. I'm very sorry for all of our Orioles listeners. I don't think there are any. Maybe there's like 2. Who knows? But I'm sorry that y'all have to deal with that. But hold on, because you got Adley, you got Gunnar Henderson.
Gunner's a stud.
So there's some bright spots. There's some bright spots, right? It's just not on your pitching staff, but like in the field, like playing the things. So I think I drafted Adley in 2 of my leagues as my catcher. I'm trying to remember. I think. So yeah, amazingness. So opening day tomorrow, Tom. At what time will you start watching games?
So I work because it's not a holiday, even though of all the holidays, it should be. It just absolutely should be.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have my phone out at work, not being productive. I'm sorry, my employer, which shall not be named if you're listening. I will be gainfully employed all the time with one eye on my part and one eye on the game. So I don't know. I'm sure I'll be flipping in, flipping out, and then once I get off of work, then I'll probably have the TV turned on, ready to go. Right.
Okay. Well, so games start Central Time at 12:05. At 12:05, 2 different games are going on: Braves versus Nationals, Giants versus Yankees. I will be locked in to obviously the Giants and the Yankees because I would like to talk shit to all of my New York Yankee listeners. I don't foresee the Giants winning that, but they can always surprise me.
You just really hope that Cole gets touched up a little bit. He's their knight in shining armor right now. So if the Giants can put a couple runs on him, make it a game for 6 or 7 innings, the sky will be falling in New York.
Listen,
because they are hoping he holds it down for them.
I don't wish any ill will on Kermit the Frog. Okay, I don't hope that he has somehow found other sticky stuff that will increase his spin rate.
A different tack that's not spider tack.
Right? Because throwing baseballs is hard, y'all. I'm just saying that, that maybe the Goldilocks balls are not in Yankee Stadium tomorrow, and he will not give up multiple home runs. Because someone needs to look into that. Like, how is Garrett Cole, almost undeniably one of the best pitchers? How does he give up so many home runs?
Well, if you believe the conspiracy theories,
my tinfoil hat is fully on. This may look like an Astros hat, but it's a tinfoil hat. So,
so the Goldilocks balls were used predominantly in Yankee Stadium, potentially because of a home run chase.
And the Cardinals, but we're not going to talk about that one.
We won't. But if both teams are throwing them, you got to think that as easy as it would for Aaron Judge to be able to take one out. Now you get it; he's a big guy, but there are other guys that are well put together, as they say,
right?
That play for the other teams. So if Garrett's got to serve up a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that will carry a little bit better than the normal baseball, gotta give up some home runs.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe that home run that Chas McCormick hit over the wall, maybe that's one of them Goldilocks balls home runs in the LCS. I don't know, because they don't have a non-roof to blame it on, so we're just gonna blame it on the Goldilocks balls. Anyways.
I do wonder about the one JJ hit. JJ Matijevic hit against Cole. I do wonder about that one.
But he's got sneaky pop too, though.
Sure.
See, the way that you're saying "sure," Tom, makes me believe that you do not think that JJ Matijevic has sneaky pop.
No. I'm not taking anything away from JJ. I just think that it was like that day. My money is on the fact that there were Goldilocks balls in the park. That's all I'm saying. Not that JJ couldn't have took him deep with a regular ball, but that he probably had him because Aaron Judge was trying to win the home run champion, or the batting, or the home run title, the batting championship, the whole nine.
Right.
And the Yankees were trying to, send a message to the Astros.
That's fair. That's fair. So, Braves versus Nationals, Max Fried versus Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is, they're going to get torn up. No. Poor Patrick Corbin. So yeah, Braves will win that one. Giants versus Yankees at 12:05, and then at 1:10, the Orioles and the Red Sox. So Kyle Gibson versus Corey Kluber. That will be an interesting one. Because neither one of those pitchers are aces. I'm going to go with the Orioles on that, just because that I trust their lineup a little bit more. But apparently, I don't know. Red Sox Nation feels good about their boys. The vibes are high, according to Jared Carrabis. Tom, vibes are high.
I mean, you have to be. Your team's undefeated right now. Everybody's vibes are high. There's all eternal optimism right now because every year there's a team that you didn't see coming. It seems like the Red Sox, to speak to that, they're every other year. Every other year they're like making a World Series run. Then the following year they're god awful. So this could be their year.
I don't think it is going to be, though. I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were last year. I will say that. That a lot of Red Sox people now have, after seeing the World Baseball Classic, they're fully on the Yoshida train.
And they should be. He's good.
Yeah. So it went from him maybe not being able to play the outfield, maybe being the slappy leadoff hitter, to being the cleanup hitter. I was like, oh, look at that. All right. So, yeah. So Orioles versus Red Sox at 1:10. At 1:20, you have Brewers versus the Cubs. Corbin Burns versus Marcus Stroman. Cubs are getting lit up because Corbin Burns is nasty. I, in my heart of hearts, wish that the Astros would go after Corbin Burns next season.
See, I think, and this is, again, tinfoil hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the Brewers are all the way out, which they could be, and they did not. So in the offseason, Corbin Burns was trying to get an extension, could not agree on an extension. They went to arbitration, I think, right?
Yep, lost his arbitration hearing.
He was very upset. So I could see a scenario where Corbin Burns is on the trading or on the block at the trading deadline. And if you know anything about the Brewers, you'll know that their general manager used to be an assistant for the Astros, and they've made deals in the past. So I could
don't get my hopes up, Tom. Don't get my hopes up. Don't do it.
What if Forrest Whitley is lighting up Sugarland?
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Bring me Corbin Burns.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have him to deal. What if it cost you Corey Lee and Chaz? Do you do it?
That is a dagger to the heart. You had to bring Chaz into it?
Well, hold on. You can't give up nothing. So you got prospect, ready. Say Chaz is serviceable. You got Jake.
I will give you Jake Myers.
Of course you will. They're going to want Chaz. I'm just saying. Hypothetically, obviously, the Brewers can't give up nothing.
Right. Hypothetically, but I feel like I think they'll want more for Corbin Burns. So if Forrest Whitley is dealing, Forrest Whitley, Chas McCormick, I think they're going to want something else, though.
I'm sure you're right. But I'm just saying,
else.
if that's what it took, if it was Forrest, Chaz, and say
Corey Julks.
Yes.
Done.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bring me Corbin Burns.
There's a scenario where that could happen.
Bring me. I have wanted Corbin Burns. I say for years. It hasn't been for years because I haven't known that Corbin Burns
since day one.
Pitcher.
Since your
last
day
year.
one. Yeah.
No, since last season when he was on both of my fantasy leagues as like my A1 pitcher.
Look,
That's what.
If the Astros have shown anything at all, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the segment or whatever, but if the Astros have shown anything at all, it's that they will deal for starting pitching at the trade deadline. They went out and they got Verlander. They went out and they got Cole. They went out and they got Greinke. They're not afraid to do it. If this team is primed and they feel like maybe Lance isn't all the way back, maybe Hunter struggled, and they need somebody to go into that rotation, I don't think that the Astros brass will have any problem at all going, who's available? Oh, the Brewers are shopping him? What's it going to take? And I don't know Dana's chops for making trades, but so far,
I don't know, but I'm not going to let myself believe you, Tom, though, because when it doesn't happen,
don't give me hope.
It will crush my soul just a little bit more. Just what soul I have left, okay?
You'll have Corbin Burns' Astros jersey like the day after.
I don't like that. Hurts my heart, Tom. Because I know it's not going to happen, and it's going to hurt my heart. Okay, like
never say never. Never say never. I refuse to not believe that the Astros will do anything right now to win chips.
That's true.
Because Jim is paying taxes out there for rings for people that sling hot dogs. So he'll go get us a pitcher.
That's true. That's very true. Okay, so Corbin Burns versus Marcus Stroman. Sorry, Stro. Corbin Burns is lighting your ass up. Tigers versus the Rays. Erod versus Shane McClanahan. Rays all the way. So 2 games at 110 and 120. And then the Rays and the Tigers at 210. Phillies and the Rangers at 305. So we have Aaron Nola and Jacob deGrom.
Should be a great pitching matchup.
Is going to be a delightful pitching matchup. So
I do think Aaron Nola is crazy overrated. I think he's great. I don't think he's a bad pitcher. I just don't think he's the stud that people are making him out to be. He's not Framber or CJ, but he's getting that kind of love.
Oh, see, but I think
is he Framber or CJ?
No, but
so why is he considered better than Framber or CJ and all these top pitching?
Well, hold on now.
Sorry.
For the Phillies, Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler are a good 1-2 punch.
Of course.
I think, however, that they're, I don't want to say their stuff because there's I don't think they're as, I think people are underestimating the other pitchers and not overestimating Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. I don't know if they can repeat what they did last year. How about that? And
I just can't see how MLB.com and ESPN, all these guys, when they rank their top 10 pitchers, there's not one Astro in there. But then you get their talking heads saying that Framber and CJ, one or the other is going to win Cy Young. So how are they not? How is Nola the better pitcher, but Framber or CJ is going to win Cy Young? Because
it's trade bait. Clickbait. I think it's clickbait. I honestly think
they don't get me clicking,
clickbait.
But they get me upset.
Exactly. But they get you talking about it. The
whiskey does not help. The truth serum here does not help.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, Jacob deGrom is going to be electric. Now, I will say, and I have said from the very beginning that when that trade was made, that maybe Jacob deGrom pitching in a indoor stadium, controlled climate, milder weather, not so cold, maybe will help him keep more healthy. Hopefully.
He did seem like he wore down as the temperature dropped.
So maybe, I don't know, but arguably Jacob deGrom, when healthy, is the best pitcher in an MLB. Like that cannot be argued, right? It's if healthy. That caveat always has to be there, right? So, maybe it's the year for Jacob deGrom. Who knows? I really hope the fuck not, because I cannot live in a world where the Texas Rangers are the best team in Texas. And I realize all of you old heads out there that are like, oh my God, Suzy must not be a baseball fan for long. I know. Okay. Like the Rangers were very good for a very long time, but then they fell off. Okay. You know, like 2
I wouldn't even
strikes,
say
2 outs. You lost the World Series. I get it, guys. Okay. But like, it's just, you can't.
I wouldn't even say they were good for a very long time. They had like a 4-year window where they were very competitive. They caught lightning in a bottle 1 year. I can't think of his name, something Hamilton, when he was not a head case or doing drugs or whatever, was MVP caliber and got, like you said, within 1 strike. But
Are you talking about Josh?
Yes.
Josh Hamilton? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, there was a world when Nelson Cruz was in right field. I'm like, what the what? When did he play the outfield? Oh, when he missed that catch. That's
Hey,
when.
love the boomstick though.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite players.
I heard a rumor though that he was playing in. So the reason he didn't make that catch was because he was playing in so that he could get to the mound faster for the dog pile. And I was like, stop it. You should not have ever said that. That should have never come out of your mouth. And I can't remember where I heard that to like go back and verify. So if anybody knows, like in the YouTube comments or on Twitter or somewhere, come tell me, please, so that I can like research. I would appreciate that. I feel bad about this other matchup, the Pirates and the Reds. Is there going to be anybody at that stadium?
I mean, they're season ticket holders, yes. Will it be the lowest attendance number probably of the opening day? Probably.
Okay, so the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, I will say that Hunter Green is one of my favorite absolute young pitchers. If you have not watched a Hunter Green start for the Cincinnati Reds, y'all are missing out because that man can pitch because he's like 21 years old and throws freaking fire. When I tell you that he throws fire, I literally mean he is, I think, one of one pitchers who has thrown more than like 20 pitches in a game, more than 100 miles an hour. And we were talking a starting pitcher, not a reliever, like he's doing this every 5 days, y'all. It is truly amazing. I will watch Hunter Green starts. So I don't think I'm going to watch this Hunter Green start because Jacob deGrom and Aaron Nola are you know, and that's a lot of 3:00 games that I have to decide between. So it's Phillies and Rangers at 3:05, Pirates and Reds 3:10, Blue Jays and Cardinals 3:10, Twins and Royals 3:10, Mets and Marlins 3:10. Max Scherzer's on the bump for the Mets, Sandy Alcantara. That game might last under 2 hours between Max Scherzer and Sandy Alcantara. Sandy may just say, you know what, guys? I don't trust none of y'all in the bullpen. I got this. I will throw a complete game the first time out. I don't think they'll actually let him do that, but that would be hysterical. So Mets
Quick
and Marlins.
Question.
Yeah.
You following Yuli? I don't even know if he'll play, but are you going to be checking box scores to see where Yuli's at?
Probably not.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love Yuli. I don't love him enough to check his box score, though.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't think he's going to do anything.
Ooh, hot take. I think he'll be serviceable. He'll be not just a guy, but a hair above.
He's not a second baseman. They only play second baseman out there in Miami, Tom.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing out there. They got their worst second baseman playing second base. They got Josh Chisholm playing the freaking outfield. Like,
yeah.
It's a good thing Shelby's not here. We would fight. She loves Jazz Chisholm in center field, and
I don't know why though. I get it; he's athletic, but if he was an all-star second baseman, you should have left him alone. In my opinion,
he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt out there. He's gonna get hurt. Like he has not been able to stay healthy where he's at, and now you want him in center field where he's never played, he's going to take a wrong route somewhere, and he's going to end up with a shoulder. He's going to end up with what Jake Myers did.
Into the wall. Yeah.
Into the wall. And I don't wish injury or harm on anybody, but I honestly feel that Josh Chisholm is going to hurt himself, and I don't want to see it because he's electric. I want him on the field. I want him to do the freaking, what is it? The Euro step when he hits a homer, like his little celly.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to do that. Like, he can't do that when he's rehabbing his freaking arm or his. I don't.
The one thing I'll say is he's heard. I've seen him on Twitter. He's heard people talk about that he won't be able to stay healthy. So it's on his mind. He's conscious of, I need to play how many games, and so maybe he thinks about it before he goes and he does anything stupid, because everybody's the people are out there already saying, oh, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it. Like, I don't think he's obviously like trying to get hurt or, like showboating to do anything, but I think he's that high of a caliber of player, like that he's going to go balls to the wall and he's going to try and do the things, right? Like, he's going to try and get that ball, but it's one of those where I don't think he's played enough reps to do it. I mean, you just haven't. So I'm not saying that he's not a great athlete, but there is something to be said about a player only playing one position for however long and then being like, oh yeah, no, that I can, since I'm good over here, I'm definitely going to be good in center field. Like, I would understand it if he had played a corner outfield and then moved to center field. Like, sure. Okay. But from second base to center field, like, I don't know baseball. Okay. But I'm pretty sure that playing second base is a lot more different than playing center field. Just saying. So, but yeah. Max Scherzer, Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, speaking of the Twins, Pablo Lopez, and speaking of the Marlins, trade that the Twins got for Pablo Lopez from the Marlins. Pablo Lopez versus Zach Greinke. I won't be watching that one. I'll be keeping an eye on that one, though. And then Alek Manoah versus Miles Michaelis. Bless it. Poor Cardinals. So, I mean, Alek Manoah and that Blue Jays bullpen are going to shove. So, as good as the Cardinals 1 through 9 are, their pitching is going to give up 43 runs. They're not going to give up 43 runs. They're going to give up a significant amount of runs. And I don't think that the Cardinals have enough thump in their lineup to combat that.
I feel like that Blue Jays lineup is going to be something that
otherworldly.
Well, it just looks like it has to be on paper, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's too much talent there for them to not thump some people some nights.
Yeah.
24-1 Astros Cardinals style.
Those all are minor leaguers, Tom. Was it though? I just got a whole bunch of spicy pickle juice in that last drink of my drink. Excuse me. So, yeah, I think I will be tuning in to the Phillies Rangers game, Blue Jays Cardinals games, and then obviously 7:00. And I'm a little salty that ESPN is getting the opening day broadcast. I'm a little salty about it.
I think they'll always have it because they're big money, but I hate it for the Astros because there's a clear bias there, and you're just going to hate the call. If you're an Astros fan, you're going to listen to them, and you're going to wish for TK and Blummer. You're going to wish for anybody but the ESPN call.
Pretty much any other time that there's any other broadcasters that come on, I wish for TK and Blum and Julia. Like the Apple broadcasts, I wanted to shank my ear with a rusty spoon. I loved the broadcast in and of itself, like the stats that they would put on the screen and stuff. But between AJ Przinsky and freaking Katie Nolan, like nails on a freaking chalkboard, that one. And you
can tell that Katie Nolan was like, look, we just need you to be there and, you know, add that something. I'm not going to say what it is. Not going to get into the politics, but it was like, she was just there for that because
it was so like, out of all of the women broadcasters that actually know what the fuck they're talking about in baseball, you had to choose the one woman that done no fucking shit. Like, you couldn't have.
I wasn't gonna say it, Suzy. I wasn't gonna say it.
Look, that is me being restrained. That is me being restrained about what I would like to say about how she got that position. Okay,
because I mean, that's what we love about Julia. You can tell she knows ball.
Yeah.
Marley, what is her last name? ESPN. As much as
Rivera.
As much as I think she's got a little bias too, you clearly tell she knows ball. Katie Nolan, though.
Yeah, no, she is getting her jobs Hollywood style, because that woman, golly, I cannot. That it irritated me to no end to listen to her.
I mean, the guy in me is glad she's there. The baseball fan in me is like, come on, we got to do better.
I'm like, seriously, like, are you literally just reading off a paper? You are. You're just reading off a paper. That's precious. That's super cute. Good job, you. Yeah. I won't go into detail about what I said on those broadcasts when she was on, but suffice it to say that normally I would mute it and then put on our radio guys. So shout out Sparky and Rob Ford, because that's what I would do, because I would rather stick a rusty fucking spoon in my ear than listen to Katie Nolan talk about baseball ever again. But I digress. ESPN has the broadcast there, and what really kills me is that they're not doing the rings on opening day because the broadcast isn't happening on AT&T. And I was like, shout out Jim Crane and y'all for doing that, because I almost
feel like they did that because they wanted their broadcast crew to be a part of that. Now, they get their rings anyway.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like, why would they wait one more day? What does that accomplish? And the only thing I can think is because they weren't okay with ESPN doing the coverage.
Yeah.
Which I love.
In not so many words, that was basically the reason why, because everyone's like, well, they do the rings on opening day. I'm like, not here. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, no, ESPN has the broadcast. Like, they're not doing the rings on opening day. And they're like, since when? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what happened in on opening day in 2018, like, when everybody got their rings. I go, but all I know is that this season, rings are not giving out opening day because ESPN has a broadcast. They wanted to wait until our local guys got the broadcast. So, shout out, because that is amazing. And I really want to know what's actually happening with that whole AT&T, Sportsnet, bankruptcy, Diamond, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know, but so far, excuse me. The talk that I've seen, the chatter that I've seen, is that the Astros and the Rockets may come together, and kind of like they were way back in the day before your time.
Before my time.
BS before Suzy.
Or bullshit. Either way,
Whatever. The teams own the broadcasting rights. But while we were on that, I was wondering, did you see where Robert Ford on Twitter was talking about the Angels broadcast. Did you see about that?
Oh,
the radio broadcast is not doing it.
Yeah, they're not going out on the road with the team. They have to be in studio to do it
because they don't want to pay for it. Oh my gosh, so terrible. And Robert Ford, obviously, he's got a dog in that fight. It's like this is a rival. This is a team in our division, and he's still like, this is disgraceful.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I'm like, Artie Moreno, what is going on with you? Like, obviously, they're obviously the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim,
whatever.
Angels, whatever. They look like they're trying, right? Because Shohei Ohtani has obviously said, look, I know what I am. You got Mike Trout. Do something about this because you have arguably two of the best baseball players on the same freaking team. Please, for the love of God, do something. So they tried. They got Hunter Renfroe out there. They got some players. They shored up some of the starting pitching. Kind of. I mean, it's better than what it was. So on paper, it looks serviceable. It looks on paper like, could you overtake the Rangers? Maybe not. I don't know if you can take, I don't think you can overtake the Mariners. You're definitely not overtaking the Astros, but maybe you could get a wild card spot, right? So is he just like, guess what? I'm not making enough money off of Shohei Ohtani and the merch, so let's just not fly out the radio team. I'm sorry, what now?
Horrible. Speaking of Renfroe, and for all you MLB The Show gamers out there, how on earth that guy is like a 90-something and like they came out with the rankings for these guys. It's a big deal because like Madden, MLB The Show, the athletes are actually like tuned in to like
their
what
ratings.
They're going to be. And when we talk about the Astros, when they told Jeremy Pena what his ranking was, he was very humble, probably, 80 something. And then when they asked Alex Bregman, Bregs is the man.
Yeah.
He's like, 92. And he was like an 80 something.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfroe was like a 90 something. And it's like, in what world is Hunter Renfroe ranked higher than Alex Bregman? And I get it. You're against each other. Like, okay, we're ranking against third baseman.
Yeah.
And if Arenado is 95, Bregman's got to be X. But you can't tell me Renfroe in the outfield is 94 or whatever the hell he is. It's just so bad. So
yeah, no, that's not so good.
Really interesting stuff.
That's not so good. Speaking of rankings, though, I don't know about MLB The Show because I obviously don't play it, and various people have tried to explain MLB The Show to me, and they're like, yeah, and you get these cards, and I'm like, so hold on, so do you get the cards, and then when you get the cards, like you get the player, like I can't just draft people,
right? So you have to unlock them basically. You get with because by playing. So you play and part of it, and then you can buy it too. You can spend tons of money and buy packs. Roflo will buy packs and you get cards and you can use the cards on your team, and whatever you get is what you get. So if you get a 99 Mike Trout out of a pack of cards, well then he goes onto your team as a 99 and you use that guy. Now, I'm not entirely sure because I haven't played this season. I will. So that in a later show, I'll be able to talk to it more. But I feel like it's my job, right?
Right. That's why I have Shelby. Like Shelby will play it, so then you and her can talk no more.
She's playing it, right? Yeah. Shelby's going to be able to tell you way better than I will.
Yeah.
So you only have so many plays with that card. It's like it expires after so long, and you got to use it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, obviously I'm not a gamer. No, obviously I'm not. No, you know what I do play though? I do play the fantasy baseball, Tom.
That's awesome.
And
I've got
do you know that I have Jeff McNeil and Nolan Arenado as my second baseman and my third baseman on I'm going to say like 3 of my teams. Why did Yahoo Fantasy Sports tell me that I needed to bench both Jeff McNeil and Nolan Arenado and put in Andres Jimenez? Hold on, where was it? It's
Jimenez is really good. Jimenez is really good.
No, I'm not saying Andres Jimenez is not good.
He just signed a contract extension, by the way.
But is it Nolan Arenado worthy?
Are you sitting Nolan Arenado to play Andres Jimenez?
That was what Yahoo was telling me.
Oh no, that's wrong.
In what world? Is that? Is that what we're doing? Because we're not doing that. Hold on,
that's not good.
And I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to put myself on mute real quick. Maybe.
So since we're talking fantasy baseball teams, bless you. I pulled mine up. I'm on ESPN, not Yahoo. And my second baseman is DJ LeMahieu because you can play him at third, first, or second.
Yes.
So that's why I went that route. My third baseman is Alex Bregman because, of course, why wouldn't I have Alex Bregman?
Of course.
I also have Jeremy Pena in my lineup because why wouldn't I have Jeremy Pena in my lineup?
Also true. Where is... Well, now it's going to bug me. Hold on. Okay. So, what it wanted me to do...
Oh, and I drafted Hunter Green after reading your Twitter post.
I'm telling you, he's amazing. Yeah, so it wanted me to sit Andres Jimenez. Or no, it wanted me to sit Jeff McNeil for Andres Jimenez, and it wanted me to sit Nolan Arenado for Gunnar Henderson. And I was like, I love me some Gunnar Henderson, but I don't think Gunnar Henderson is going to be better than Nolan Arenado. I was like, am I that out of touch?
No, it's probably a pitching matchup thing. It's probably saying, okay, Gunner's probably going to have a way better day against Corey Kluber than Nolan Arenado would have against Alek Manoah, right? I think that's right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good considering I've been over here sipping.
That is impressive. I'm
over here like
dang.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom. Good job. But yeah, I was like, Jeff McNeil, I was like, am I remembering that correctly? Wasn't Jeff McNeil like the NL batting champion this last season?
It's a pitching matchup thing.
Okay. But yeah, I was like, what is wrong with this pitcher? Picture, not pitcher. And I realized how southern.
Pitcher too.
I realized how southern I sounded then and there when I said, yeah, when I said that. So I wanted to be clear with my diction here that I meant picture and not pitcher because, two different things. But yeah, I was all, Yahoo, what kind of crap are you on? And can I have some if that's the pitching matchup you're giving me or the lineup change that you wanted me to do? I was like, I don't think I'm going to listen to you. And then I'm going to be real mad tomorrow when
you didn't listen and they go off.
I didn't listen. Yeah. But then, then I'm not going to be mad when Nolan Arenado hits like a home run and, is amazing on defense. However, Gunnar Henderson might steal 2 bags. So, it is what it is. But, so, I totally forgot that we didn't talk about the most important game. I mean, we kind of touched on it, but Astros versus White Sox.
Yes.
I will be on my couch with a drink in my hand, being very excited. Fromber on the bump for us. Dylan Cease on the bump for the White Sox. And I need to see because I wanted to look this up earlier. I know that we as in the Astros have batted around a good bit of White Sox pitching. And I wanted to look and see if in fact I was on crack and misremembering, but no, I was not on crack. So the 2 starts that Lucas Giolito had against the Astros last season, we beat them handily. So June 17th, 13-3. We chased him in 5 innings. August 18th, we beat them 21-5. We chased him in 3 innings. So Lucas Giolito is trash against the Astros. Let's see about Dylan Cease, because I remember we hit around Dylan Cease, I think one time, if I'm remembering correctly.
And I believe it was over there. I believe it was in Chicago.
Was it? I'm like,
I believe so.
It's been a minute. I've had a drink, so
couple drinks.
No, just the one. Just the one. I'm not going to tell you.
Then.
Since then. Yeah, that's that's true. I wasn't going to say that, like how much vodka was in said drink.
We won't ever ask.
I appreciate that. I do.
I like to tell people I've only ever had 2 drinks in any one sitting, the first and the last.
That's good. I like that. Standard pitching.
What do you think about the projected lineup? Let's talk about that while I got you searching. Did you see what they think the opening day Astros lineup will look like?
Does it have Mauricio Dubon at second base?
It might.
For all my audio only listeners, go to YouTube and look at my face when we say Mauricio Dubon at second base. It
looks like she took a sip of a drink that was too strong.
It's not a great face, y'all. It's not a great face.
What do you think about Jeremy Pena leading off? Let's change this up to a better thing.
I'm a little torn. I'm a little torn on Jeremy Pena leading off because
please tell me how.
I want a guy that can get on base a little bit more, and I realize that is a little iffy considering that Jose Altuve, free swinging Jose Altuve, is our leadoff hit. Okay, like I get it, I understand where non-Astro people could say, but Suzy, you have Jose Altuve leading off, and that short king is going to swing at everything, and he hits balls that are like over his head and way outside the strike zone. And yes, I understand he's very free swinging, very, very free swinging, but his OBP surprisingly high. I don't know how.
I am torn for a different reason. And we talked about this on a podcast that we do. I don't know that Dusty had to make wholesale changes to the lineup. You think about who's out of the lineup. Michael Brantley, Jose Altuve. You think about their replacements. I feel like you could have put their replacements in those spots, assuming that you use David Hensley instead of Mauricio Dubon. I totally would have been to the moon with batting Mauricio Dubon in the leadoff spot. And then if you really wanted to get weird, you could bat Pena in the 2-hole because we've seen how amazing Pena is in the 2-hole.
Right.
Where I think he went now, when you bring those guys back and you integrate them in, you're going to have to reshuffle the deck with a lineup where you're going to have Jeremy Pena going from first to seventh. You're going to have Bregman from 2 to probably, maybe he stays in the 3-hole. Maybe he only moves 1 spot. Maybe he moves 2 spots. I just feel like there's going to be more moving around in the lineup because of these 2 guys that you put at the top, as opposed to just the replacements for the players that are not in the lineup.
Yeah. I was really pulling for David Hensley to be leadoff, mainly because of his high OBP. I want to say
just play discipline in general.
The man can work a walk. The man can work a walk. He's a tough out as it is. I want to say in AAA his OBP was something ridiculous, like in the 800s or something. Not a math pod. Okay. Also, I've been drinking, so my memory's a little shot. But he's a hard out, and he can work an at bat. So need I remind you about the walk he worked in front of Jordan? Like he can set a table, people. I don't have the same belief in Mauricio Dubon and his adorable dogs.
Rob said it was somebody on Twitter said it was going from 301 to 201. If you
He's not
You know what I
wrong.
mean?
He's not wrong. Like, that's... Oh, Mauricio Dubon.
Nice guy, though.
Nice guy. Super nice guy. Adorable dogs. Beautiful wife. Love his story. I just wish the man could swing a bat a little bit more. Or maybe not swing the bat at all and work a fucking walk.
That's all you need out of a leadoff guy. Get on base, baby. Set the table for those boppers.
Oh, Mauricio Dubon, you are the bane of my existence. And I wish he wasn't so damn nice. So that I could, like, hate him without any
Feeling
guilt.
bad about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just, whatever. Well, so, I mean, what? The quote-unquote reason the Mauricio Dubon is getting the start is because his defense is better than David Hensley's, because Fromber is a ground ball pitcher.
And see, I think that's what it is more than anything. If it was, and I think that's when you'll see David Hensley. When there is a fly ball pitcher, you'll get David Hensley. When there is a ground ball pitcher, you'll get Mauricio Dubon.
Okay, but if their bats were equal, I would say, okay, cool, let's do that. If their walkability was equal, sure. But you're gonna give up if our entire lineup was as good as it was, and that's what we had to do, we just had to give up a bat. Sure, okay. But now we're missing like 2 bats, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
The projected bottom of the lineup looks very scary. Because it goes Jake Myers, Mauricio Dubon, Martin Maldonado.
Oh.
That's courtesy of Brian Mittaggert.
Okay, I mean, like, I guess we can just... I guess I can just look at my 1 through 7 and be happy? Because... There's some big boppers in there. Like, I can't say that it's Murderer's Row as it is constructed, but when Jose Altuve and Michael Brantley get back, then it truly will be Murderer's Row. And just have mercy on everybody else's soul in the league. I take that back. No mercy on anybody's soul. Just all the runs. Just all of them.
I truly believe that the lineup currently just needs to tread water. I don't think they have to be great. I don't think they have to be, I don't think they have to lead the division. They just need to be somewhere in the middle until June. And then I think they can put their foot down on somebody's neck.
Right.
And,
step on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Dylan Cease against us last season, August 16th, they won. Chicago White Sox won 4-3. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run. So not bad. Not bad at all. Great, actually. The fact that they won 4-3. I'm not going to go back and look at other years, although I feel like I should, because I feel like at one point in time we did tee off on Dylan Cease. But if the White Sox were going to win any games, it's going to be the Dylan Cease game. Because there is no way that I take that back. There is not 0% chance that Lucas Giolito and Lance Lynn, that they could win those games. Like, I think multiple things have to go wrong in order for that to happen.
I think the X factor tomorrow is Jose Abreu for 2 reasons. One, he has the best batting average against the best pitching. There was some article done recently where they broke down the best hitters against the best pitchers. Jose Abreu was that guy. 2, it's his former ball club. No one's going to be more motivated, more jacked up to do damage against a club that kind of felt like they didn't need him.
Right.
Than Jose Abreu. 3, he's going to be wanting to show his new home crowd. I think he's going to be so motivated for all those things. And I could see him having a huge day. He'll be in my daily fantasy lineup on DraftKings. And I hope he wins me all the money.
Can I just say that when Jose Abreu came up in the lineup during spring training, it was so refreshing to see him get on base or to see him move a runner over and not pop out or fly out or ground into a double play and kill the rally. It was
He's
so
going to
refreshing.
love the Crawford boxes. He's going to absolutely love the Crawford boxes.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what can happen. Lance Lynn, June 19th. Astros won 7-3. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So we've teed off on Gio. We have teed off on Lance Lynn. I'm not even gonna look at Kopech and Clevenger's numbers because why? There's no point. So again, if the White Sox take a game, it's going to be the Dylan Cease game. I don't think that they'll be able to hit Javi. Jose Urquidy may give up some hits, but I think we'll be able to balance that out. And then I don't think they'll be able to do much against Luis Garcia. So I'm going to say White Sox, Astros. Astros, White Sox. We take 3 games.
I think that's exactly where it should be.
Yeah. So happy opening day, y'all. I'm super stoked. I know Tom's super stoked. I know the rest of my Twitter is super stoked. If you guys are not on our social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, go check that out because I made up some super fun infographic about one more sleep until opening day. It's pretty cute. I'm not going to lie. It's fun. Shelby is that much taller than me.
Shout out to your camera guy. I think whoever did that, amazing work.
Yeah. Mike just pushed a button. I designed it. Thank you very much. Okay, Tom.
I'm trying to throw the man a bone, and you're like, nope, he gets nothing.
No, he gets nothing. No, it's me. I get all the credit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm super stoked. Happy opening day. I hope you are as jacked and excited about opening day as I am. I know Tom is super excited. I know Shelby is super excited as well. I have class. I have a math test that I probably should have studied for tonight. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm getting a very high grade. I'm getting a very high grade in math. Okay. Like at this point in my life, I'm that kind of Asian. It only has taken me 40 years to turn into that kind of Asian and 4 years of math every single night. Yeah. So with that, we will sign off. Hopefully when Shelby and I record on Sunday, we will have great news about our wins against the White Sox. We will update you on all of the other games that have gone on around the league. There we go. Words are hard. I may or may not do some sort of daily update with like scores and like awesome plays. We'll see how refreshed I feel in the morning and if I want to tackle that. So if you are not subscribed, liked, followed, or whatnot on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, follow us probably on Twitter or Instagram. That's probably where I will put those. If I do them, Bourbon, I'm trying to remember the Twitter handle. BourbonAndBaseball is the Twitter handle. BourbonAndBaseballPod on Instagram. But really, you can just, type it in. If you don't see my beautiful face, probably not the right account. Words are hard. It is late. The Adderall has fully worn off. I've had a drink. Tom, tell the people where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Twitter at ThirdCoastTom. I am on Instagram as well at, I want to say it's TCTom1. I don't use my Instagram to the level
I was about to say, I don't even think I follow you on Instagram, because every time I put stuff on, I'm like, I should tag Tom, but I never know your account.
We'll make that right. We'll make that right.
Okay.
Also, if I'm not hanging out with Suzy doing Bourbon and Baseball, I am also on the Astros Baseball Podcast. You can find us on Twitter. You can find that podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel. You can check that out as well. We're just as jacked, just talking the same thing. Can't wait for the season to start. And go Stros.
Hooray! And with that, we will say good night and yay baseball!